Why am I running for mayor? I can tell you it's not a fun sport. It is in fact a blood sport. But this city has done so much and given so much to so many. My wife and I, when we came to Houston, Texas, we literally did not have a penny. We had $130,000 due on in debt. We couldn't even make a mortgage payment, could not even buy a house. This city embraced us, gave us an opportunity that we probably could not have achieved anyplace else. She was open to us, people were accepting, people gave us a fair shot at success. And as a result, over the last 28 years, God has given us a measure of success in this city. Some of you may not know that I actually am a businessman and operate 4 different businesses. Some people like to recognize that I'm a trial lawyer, or a lawyer only. We have to live with that sometimes. But I'm also a businessman that has operated 4 successful businesses. One is a TV station, and if you don't know, I want you to join in. It's KCOH TV. It's a new television station that we've created. Number 2, I actually own, my wife and I own KCOH Radio, which is the oldest black-owned radio station in Houston, Texas, 63 years old. You're looking at the proud owners of that radio station, and if you don't know, we're at 12:30 a.m. on the dial, 24 hours a day. Love to have you as a listener. Number 3, I actually own a real estate company where we own multiple pieces of property in the city of Houston and throughout Texas, and we've operated those very successfully for the last 20 years. And then finally, I am a trial lawyer, and I've done that for 28 years. But let me tell you the kind of cases I worked on, just so you can say, hey, I've heard from Ben Hall, and these are the kind of cases he worked on. The cross-burning case out in Katy, where some kids and grown people took it upon themselves to burn a cross in the front yard of this African-American family. I'm the lawyer who filed that lawsuit, stopped the cross burning, and got for recovery. When James Byrd was dragged to death in Jasper, Texas, the NAACP called my law firm to prosecute a case against the Ku Klux Klan and the racists who actually dragged his body. We were successful in telling them that we could do that, undertake that task, but at the end of the day, there would be no one alive to pay the judgment. I remember going to Jasper, Texas, and having the sheriff actually stop me there and tell me as I entered into Jasper, Mr. Hall, I know you're here to do a good cause for the NAACP, but I can't guarantee your safety. I cannot guarantee that once you drive outside the city limits that you will be protected. Those are the kind of cases that I've worked on, and I'm proud of that history. One final case that I'm proud of, and that is the CES case just a few years ago on Griggs Road. A black neighborhood was being poisoned to death by CES Environmental. No one would step up and take that case. That case walked into my office, and we were proud to represent 200 families to get them compensation for their homes that were then valueless at the time. So if anyone asks you what kind of lawyer Ben Hall is there, I want you to know that. Now, why are we here? And hopefully I can share with you my visions for the city of Houston. One of the questions that you have to ask, I would say, is what type of mayor does this city need? Let me just say that question one more time. What type of mayor does this city need? I submit to you that there are 3 qualities that each mayor must have: integrity, independence, and success. Integrity. You should have a mayor with unquestioned integrity. Anyone who is challenged at that level does not deserve the trust that that office deserves. In 28 years, you'll track back and find that in 28 years, Ben Hall's integrity has never been questioned. Never. In fact, I have the highest ethical rating of trial lawyers in the United States, and that's recognized and voted on by other lawyers. Martindale Hubbell votes on us, has lawyers, our strangers, our opponents, vote on us to see whether or not we are ethical. And you can imagine, we don't all love each other. But luckily, for the last 28 years, my opponents have all voted unanimously, and you have to have it unanimously, all voted unanimously. Ben Hall has the highest ethics of a trial lawyer or a lawyer in the United States. I'm very proud of that. And you can look it up on the internet and you'll find it. It's in Martindale Hall. In my business practices, you will not once find anyone who will say that Ben Hall took advantage of a partner, stole money from anyone, because that's just not the way we do business. And then one final thing I should tell you is that I'm an ordained minister, and I've been ordained for 43 years. And preach occasionally. I may bore you if you come, but we have some great preachers in this city. But I'm also an ordained minister. Let me then talk to you about independence. I have found, when I was a city attorney, some of you may know I used to be the city attorney for the city of Houston under Bob Lanier. And for about 3 years, I was the lawyer who gave them all the advice about what was legal and what could be done under the law in this city. Bob Lanier, I recall having the question about affirmative action, because at that time there was a contest as to whether we should retain affirmative action policies at the city. Thank God I had the opportunity to defend the affirmative action ordinance, and that was upheld in the court of law. I'm the lawyer, the city attorney, who actually defended and protected affirmative action in this city back in 1992. I'm proud of that accomplishment, and I do it again today because I think that everybody deserves a fair opportunity to participate in city contracts and in all contracting opportunities throughout the city. The independence of the mayor must be the ability to tell your friends no and your enemies yes when it's the right thing to do. One thing you must be careful about is watching those candidates who suddenly are supported by so many insiders that you have to ask the question, are they independent enough to stand up against even their friends and do the right thing for the city? I believe that you'll find, if you ever go on Google and track down Ben Hall, you'll know I generally have been found to be a very independent trial lawyer. No one will ever tell you that I'll take a position just because it's my friend who takes that position. I do it because it's the right thing to do. And I'm even willing to change my policy position if I'm wrong. You should ask your candidates, are they willing to do that? The ultimate test must not be my own personal agenda. The ultimate test must be the betterment and improvement of this collective city that we call Houston, Texas. That's the kind of mayor I pledge to you I will be. Finally, well, let me go back to the independence issue, because sometimes I actually get to speak with my Republican brothers and sisters in this city as well. And they ask me, Ben Hall, you are a Democrat. How can we trust you? Sometimes I come to my Democratic brothers and sisters and they say to me, Ben Hall, you appear to be a Republican. How can we trust you? I must be doing something okay, because I'm trying to communicate with all Houstonians as opposed to just a label. That's